having those two camps on the side when he wants to go over there. And then Mason, I mean, he's known for just taking stacks, which is far easier to do on the Dire side as well.
Guess what? We have a grand final draft. Game number 1 now underway. First pick advantage again going to be going to the side of Digital Chaos on this one, right?
Yep.
And no surprise to see that DC will be banning out that Wisp. Clockwork's going to get the removal, and now you have those Sand King options and such.
I'm interested. This will be if DC and Fredom want to play the same thing. If DC wants to play in Sand King and then take that Night Stalker, I believe that's what they did in the last series, like every game, but they just banned it out this time. I think that'll be almost every single 3, 4, 5 games will be like that if Fredom has first pick.
I've seen open disruptor picks there. They're going to take the Night Stalker.
Night Stalker and instant charge.
That's confidence. That's confidence right there.
That's Flea for sure.
Charge, that's the key. That's one of the keys.
I hope they keep those chat wheels and that's some new.
It'll be, yeah, for $100 more you can keep it permanently. That's probably a good trade-up, I think.
Yeah, that's
A
good.
lot of people would actually pay for it.
I like that idea.
Oh, a lot of people would, yeah.
Hope Valve is listening.
Puck,
I hope not, for my sake.
Puck and Dazzle as your 1-2 coming out from DC side. Obviously, it could be maybe a Forev Puck. I've never seen Forev play the Puck personally, but you know, for a lot of the other teams, they've used that as a versatility option for the early part of the draft.
Yeah, it seems we've seen Drow and Puck lineups versus DC, but you rarely see DC actually playing that lineup themselves.
Do you think DC will go into a Drow lineup?
I think it's up to, if Fredom bans the Drow, then I think after those 2 bans, if it's not banned, I
don't like it.
I don't either.
You have Dazzle and Drow. I don't think that's strong. That's a really weak lane.
Yeah.
You have 2 squishy heroes.
And
Especially, and
the
the first night starts at 4 minutes, and then you have a Night Stalker, yet you can't do anything about it. They can just run you over there.
And this is pretty standard, just your position 4 plus a disruptor, especially like with Night Stalker. The vision plus glimpse, they're setting up to just run at people already. Maybe they won't, but I already like Team Freedom's little bit of a setup here first. A little better than DC's. I just don't like Dazzle as a hero, as a first pick hero.
Look at the CCNC's profile picture. It says I'm a stalker.
Take lives, then objectives.
Yep.
I think they could have gone for Lycan. It's good against Nikes, especially with Iron Shell and with Howl. During the first night they can put so much pressure, and also it gives them so much more survivability when they go with the bomb, with whoever, just boost the HP whenever they go.
Yep, and definitely, I really like, I think just straight out of the drafts, I actually like DC's draft a little better, but Fredom has shown to make way less mechanical errors than DC, so I'm going to give them the 51-49 favoritism here.
To Fredom side, I think?
Just because their mechanical errors have been far less than DC's.
I like DC's lineup a lot. I'm giving them the 54-46.
54-46.
Wait, does that add up?
Yeah.
Oh shit, he's good.
Wow,
this
and
guy's
math.
good. This guy's good.
He knows good math.
Can't argue with Chinese math and science.
What do you think, Lacoste?
I think Team Freedom got this 61.3% probably.
Don't leave yet. You gotta pause. I'm just kidding. You guys can go if you want. Jack and Grant, it was a pleasure having you on the panel. Of course, thank you for coming by. We look to seeing you after the game. You guys want to come back after and talk about everything that went on?
Of course, we'll be
absolutely. Okay, thanks, Jack. We'll see you next time here. Excuse me. Woo! My monster's kicking back up in my throat here, Lacoste.
Oh, we're drinking the same one. Energy Ultra Red. Never tried this one before. We ran out of the rehab ones, which is the best one, in my opinion.
I don't know. Yeah, rehab is probably better than this for sure. You hear my voice? Oh goodness, I hope I can make it through this best of 5. It's been a long journey of qualifier coverage right now. Many games here.
Tell your 2 favorite white guys taking over.
Yep.
Lacox duo. What was the last time we were alone? China, probably.
China. Star Ladder.
Star Ladder, yeah.
ESM. I mean, we went over briefly a bit of DC, their lineup, what they wanted to achieve. The third key, though, was the one you put up, and it was the 0.7 times, 75 times speed, right?
No, oh, that Jack said that.
Jack said
actually.
speed, but you changed it? You changed it to that.
Yeah, I don't even know what Jack meant with that.
Do they have a slow kind of a lineup? It is Lifestealer who needs time to build up. Timbersaw needs a Bloodstone and some other toys before he can go ahead.
Well, once Paka gets a Blink Dagger, that's the timing when they go. So pretty much it's a kind of a global lineup with Lifestealer infesting Puck, Spirit Breaker charging, and Timbersaw also can charge far away as well. So once the Bloodstone is on Timber and you have a Lifestealer with just an armlet, probably they can make it.
What makes this the right game now for the Timbersaw, by the way?
I don't feel that Timbersaw off lane is that good of a hero. I just don't think it scales that good. Against Troll, Disruptor and Night Stalker, they have so much to counter it with.
And what? They all bring what? A lot of lockdown, so they can't
Yeah,
kind
you
of go
have
freely.
a sandbag from Disruptor, you have a good harassing with Thunderstrike and Void, especially when the first night falls.
Definitely feels like a little bit of a suspect pick right here. We are starting off with a pause, unfortunately. Looks like there is a mic issue on the Digital Chaos side of things, so that is what's, hello.
Was that Italian accent?
That was kind of an Italian accent. Try. Yeah, I don't know. I've been hyping up this match a lot. I don't know what else to say about it, man. What do you want to talk
Yeah,
about?
that's why you had to go to the toilet, right? That happens to me when I'm too hyped.
Yeah, I'm a little too hyped. I guess we didn't go over Fredom's key points there. My socks, by the way.
Oh, is that Barry?
No,
But
the
it
pugs.
looks like a Slacks dog,
Yeah,
right?
it is. Little pugs. Oh snap, we got a game. Let's get into it now. Production. Let's go, folks. It's grand final time. Enough with the pug socks. It's time for some kick-ass Dota action here. And already we get underway. Early movement from the supports to get these wards down, and it's going to be spotted out. Bulba knows something's fishy. He'll see Stan King. He'll see that Stan King does not have an ops ward, and he might just figure that one may have been planted. It wasn't that long ago, Lacoste, that this was just really never a part of the game of Dota. People didn't used to TP out early to get wards down.
Yeah, because
did they?
TP cost was 75 gold. Now it's less, so I guess that's why people are TPing. And Dota was not on that high level, and you did not get the gold from killing the wards before.
That's true.
That's why. Yeah,
That's true.
there's no point. Now you use a sentry, you get the gold back, so it's all good, and the XP.
As a support player, I
30 seconds to battle.
for Fredom, which is going to be the off-lane matchup to kind of keep a bit of an eye on here. He goes in with the early poor man's shield. He's got some tangos to work with. He's going to be expected to be taking quite a bit of harassment through the laning phase.
What is the best morale boost you had when you were playing the pub? I'll tell you mine.
Okay.
Should I go first?
No, please, because I
You
don't
need
know.
to think of.
I'll have to think about
So
it.
we're defending a base, losing a game pretty much. The guy changes his voice to Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of a voice and says, "This is where we fight. This is where they die." And we actually lost the game. But
But that
the point
was,
is, yeah,
morale was boosted.
yeah, we were boosted for the next 30 seconds until we lost.
I think the chat wheel stuff is, for some of these teams, a way to morale boost. We'll see Flea probably use it a lot, even when something doesn't go right. He'll just say, like, I can't remember what it is, like something like, don't worry about it, and then they'll do the charge. Shake it off and go. Top lane, Snake King on his Darkseer. The last time we saw him on the Darkseer, you were mentioning how it was because of the nice pair up with the Earth Spirit, but his offlane performance was a bit of a struggle, and already he's going to get stalked by Bulba quite a bit, but no camp to work with there on the side. This is going to be a Bit of an awkward start for him until he can get to that coasting level 2 point. What's happening down here?
Yeah, well, top lane is... they can't really stop Snake from farming. They have a Dark Spirit Breaker charge, just to cancel the Clarity Potion.
This has got to be a bit of a pain in the ass for Mason here, being that melee core and dealing with these ion shells. Grinding down pretty low. But
Yeah, that's why he went for that build. 8 tangos and the healing salve, it's gonna be more than enough.
our mid lane matchup here, we got CC&C on the Storm Spirit going against 10k Abed. 9k versus 10k here. Storm Spirit versus Puck. Puck at 10 and 2. CC&C at 9 and 0. This one seems to be neck and neck for now, but as the game pans out and as the levels come online, who do you end up getting on this one? I mean, is it not the Storm Spirit favorite until he gets to his level 6?
No, it's still fine. With the first Knight, the Night Stalker can change much of that.
Let's see who's in against the opponent's bounty. Oh, I missed the first blood there. It's actually going to be in the bottom lane where they're going to get a hold of Fredom on that Timber Saw and take him down. Looks like a setup with assistance from Stan King and his kinetic field will help seal the deal.
Well, Dubu was trying to stack something. I don't think he managed to actually stack. No, nothing stacked.
He stepped away from the lane, and they probably recognized it with that ward they have down. Meanwhile, it's going to be Flea with a haste rune suddenly, flying his way through.
Mid lane.
Oh, a deep dive in from Bulba to go on CC&C. CC&C is able to make it away, but hard commitment in once they recognize that Flea's through this bottom lane.
Snaking is just creeps getting the wave top. Getting a lot of XP and pressuring the tower for Mason.
And Bulba is not at that top lane anymore. In fact, he's about to make his appearance in the mid lane here, charging in onto CC&C. Abed moves on forward with the orb and some right clicks. He has no more health regen until he's able to kind of ferry himself out the bottle, it looks like. Keeping the pressure live here. And even though they did bring Yawar down earlier, he's still winning the CS game at the moment, 20 and 4, and he just continues to lay it in onto Rev right now.
Yawar got the first blood with Orb of Venom. He can also harass forever right now, but once he gets to the level 3, I don't think he can do it anymore. Especially with
I
that.
foresee the Radiant's top tower falling shortly.
They have Stan King and Flea down here still. Looks like Stan King was giving Flea the jungle camp to kind of get some solo XP with
Radiant's
because
top tower
he
is
wanted to get
under
him as
attack.
much XP as possible for this 4-minute mark. He's going to be about level 2, it looks like. Well, we'll have a bounty room too, but before this Nightfall comes in.
He basically was level 3 to get to 1 point in Crippling Fear against
So
Puck.
close. So close, but not going to quite be there. He actually
Oh,
is...
he's gonna get the bounty rune on bottom as well, and then he's gonna go. I hope he gets the silence against the Puck.
Set free, and begins to head his way towards the mid lane. Yet to invest the point here. Maybe waiting to see if that setup is even possible or not. Now there's an opportunity. Still not the point yet. This has to be like on the radar for DC. Okay, he goes in for it now. Quickly hits it, tries to go for the silence, but then that's when Bulba pops out from the dark, charges on in, and puts his focus fully onto CC&C, and he alone will be able to ward off the pressure from that mid lane. As it happens though, Rev feels more confident, kind of diving in through this bottom lane, pressuring through Stan King and Yawar.
Making his own time of his life on top lane, 26 CS.
Mid lane, they committed the coil onto CC&C. They snaps the coil, walking back under the tower, but there's going to be no kill for it.
They're gonna use the shrine and come back. Same goes for DC's heroes.
Radiant's middle tower is losing its
It's got to feel
foundation.
pretty good if you're Team Freedom there. I'd imagine when you're committing a coil like that, you're banking on getting the kill. They will also have to tag back and hit the shrine too. A good opening opportunity for Rev to kind of be able to work through the lane here until Flea makes a new impact in the laning phase.
I love the build on Storm Spirit. He went 1 Electric Vortex so he can pull them, the extra few hits, especially if Night Stalker rotates. Night Stalker is on bottom.
Yes, he is. He's got an Ion Shell. Stan King already set up with a Thunder Strike. He could glimpse back if necessary, and there it is, pulling him away from the Dazzle, who is able to get the Grave off, but he's starting to run away from his friends, and then he will be quickly dealt with. Yawar is able to pick up that kill.
He should have TP'd immediately. He had one ready. After he raided him, there was nothing to stop the TP. It was already used. A lot of at stake this game, so I guess people make more mistakes than usual.
Absolutely. I think we've been seeing a lot of that tripling throughout the qualifier, but you can't really blame the players. I mean, when you think about it, I've already said it quite a few times, so I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but this game alone secures you at least last place, obviously, at TI, which is $100,000 or whatever, with how ridiculous this prize pool is getting.
Yeah, but you're not going into TI to secure yourself a last place.
No, of course not. But like that's just already that first big jump in. You've made it. You're in. Your face is going to be on the compendium. People might be wearing your team's jerseys. It's crazy, you know. Make a big leap of going from qualifier status into being potentially playing at the arena itself. Mid lane rotations now. Flea is back, and it's got 1 more minute of darkness to work with here. So. To see if he's going to make any sort of opening happen. Even though they're still making kills, work out here through the bottom lane, I'm sure he would like to make impression onto that puck if possible.
Yeah, he should rotate to the bottom. There's not much kill potential anymore.
Wolves already charging into the bottom lane, looking to make a move onto Yawar. He
17%.
dishes out the Hawks, and yeah, he does get the one little cute bump there, but that will be the end of it. Lee also waiting nearby. Like this will be the remainder of his nighttime period. The rotation also coming out, but looks like no kill opportunity there.
I like how Yawar does TP back to the base. He TPs to tier 3 tower, just uses the shrine, comes back. At least sometime is safe.
Pretty efficient.
And the knight is gone in 5 seconds.
Do you think that would be a successful night for your Night Stalker? They got that set up on the bottom lane, they got Yawar killed. Do you think you would like to see it a bit more?
Yeah, being it the only one kill, it can go better, I guess. But they're still satisfied. They didn't feed any kills. He's level 4.5, 8 minutes in. It's a good thing. He has boots, wand, fused raindrop. He will upgrade it to earn. It's all good.
Bottom lane, pressure coming in onto Fred, who's ducking out behind this tower, now trying to timber chain backing away towards the side of Dubu. Looks like he'll be good. Starting to tank up a bit so he can feel more comfortable making those kind of moves. And before that, we saw an attempt made onto Snake King here. Abed was almost able to catch him off at that bounty rune and take him down, but game sense there from Snake King. And a good ward also, I imagine, that was able to kind of catch out that interaction. We have CCNC now on his Storm Spirit about level 7.5, so kill participation by him is probably going to be coming here in the near future. He has that TP ready to go, just in case something is to break out. He may be able to rotate over, and it looks like something may break out here, Lacoste. We have a smoke coming in from DC towards the bottom lane. Stan King has spotted it out, and it looks like he'll be the one to tank the gank. He has sent Bulba all the way back, but Abed will be able to jump on forward and get the finish.
Abed is levels above Storm Spirit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. There is little Radiant's middle tower is under
Mid
attack.
lane, it's onto CC. Abed's there. He actually has the coil.
Oh, he's baiting him.
He's baiting him real good. Drop the coil now. Oh, the bump's gonna connect. Can he get close enough? Does he want to commit anything else?
He doesn't want to use the coil. He can just
Radiant's
zip out.
bottom tower is fading fast.
He's hoping to get close enough for a rift. Even then,
Radiant structures are fortified. They
Well,
require
it's forever.
Radiant's bottom
Doing
tower
good
is
on the
under
bottom lane.
attack. There is little it can do.
They need to have Disruptor level 6 to actually kill him right now, or have Night Stalker during the night.
Dubu will be able to snag up that haste rune right in the face of Flea and be able to head back bottom to the side of Farab. He's been totally delegated to this bottom lane by the side of Farab.
Radiant's bottom tower is fading
too much else. Where
fast.
we saw more success you know, in the last series where we saw him be a bit more proactive and moving around, do you just think that is not necessary this game? That his position should be here where it is in the bottom lane?
Yeah, Nyx is not threatening the top until Disruptor is level 6 or it's nighttime, so the silence lasts longer on Night Stalker. He's just there, saving 1 point if needed for Poison Touch. He should not get it anymore. Yeah, that's...
Charge in from Bulba. Quick send back from Stand King, but Fredom is already committed into the action. Snake King will be able to search himself out and around and avoid trouble. Stand King, that defensive support, continues to hide within those trees and be there the moment in need.
The problem for Team Fredom right now is that they have 2 heroes jungling, which is natural, especially if you're pressured in the lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. It shall encroach no more.
They are leaving the supports to kind of farm the lanes, but it's these supports are obviously got to be super careful because the opponents they're laning against are very, very strong right now. Looks like CCNC has put himself back in the lane though, up here at the top. Still 0, 0, and 0, but that is about to change. It looks like bottom lane. Fredom has made his move in, and they counter it already with a Static Storm. And once CCNC shows up, they make quick work of the Timber Saw.
Oh, they have a pool with a storm.
Yep. And Dubu tried to TP away, but whether he was banking on the pull or not for CCNC, he has it leveled up and ready to go.
Yeah, this is the rotation I was talking about. They just need to make a move on the bottom lane once the Static Storm is up. Also nice TP from CCNC. Meanwhile, on top lane, what is going on? It's a free lane. Mason having the time of his life, pretty much. Midas almost has Armlet. The problem is that the supports on the DC side have Spirit Breaker, who is level 4, has a Tome ready, so almost level 5. Dazzle with Brown Boots, level 4. These 2 heroes don't synergize well together and don't scale well. I mean, it's still a Spirit Breaker. With a Spirit Breaker, you want to dominate at the early 10 minutes of the game.
Now another move under Fredom. They just took him down. Can they do it a second time? He tries to Timber Chain back and away, but the power is just too strong from Fredom. This 3-man gank squad is just going full force. This nighttime is just proven to be very bloody.
There it is, first vehicle attempt.
It's the Bulba Bomb coming in, charging on forward, looking to go for Yawar, and it's going to be successful. They cancel out his TP, they pop out Mason. They're still trying to get a hold of him. Mason is able to charge on forward and get the finish there. CNC trying to dance around Bulba a bit, just to walk on back. Mason's making chase, oh my god, can they finish him? Be able to make it away, but look at this, Abed's made his move from behind. Gets a good catch onto Flea with the coil and should be able to get the finish. Bulba also in a bit of trouble, but look at that. The Brave is able to come out. Stand King wants to fight it forward and will be able to get off the Thunder Strike that will ultimately get to the Bulba. But Bulba died second. He gets some XP for it. I guess the good thing going for Fredom is that Snake King was farming top lane.
Well, this is exactly what DC needed to make a move with Nyx, who is super farmed. And right now Spirit Breaker got his level 6, so Storm should be more careful. The next move Team Fredom should try to make is once Darkseer gets his mech up. Okay, it's already up. Good timing. They should pressure the top tower. It's pretty low.
Looks like they are doing exactly that. Flea takes to the skies up over the trees, moves right in, hits the silence, and Fredom gonna be going down for a 5th time on his Timber Saw. For a snowbally kind of a hero, he is just not, can't get the snow. It is tough. Everywhere he goes, they just instantly strike.
But this puck is also
top tower is under attack.
super farmed. Nyx, Armlet almost finished. I don't think anyone can survive the bomb from Veil
top
puck.
tower is under attack.
This move, though, as they try to charge in onto Yawar, there is an approach coming in from behind from the Fredom front, and look at this, a move right onto Abed, a vacuum pullback, but it's just off the mark. They still will be able to get the finish onto Abed. The follow kill's there, and they're still successful, taking down the 3.
Whoa.
That was close to being a potential disaster. The synergy was there, and they still make it work.
Wow. He pulled them out of the Disruptor ulti. Also, they planted the 2 wards. Probably one from Dazzle, one from Spirit Breaker, so they can have a clear vision. If Stanking heard that, these two wards will get rewarded with a lot of XP and gold, plus they're
He's got sentries queued up. He just didn't have the
He
money
just
to
needs
buy
the
any.
gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think he does know that, and he'll get some free.
That's gonna
gold is winning.
really send back DC a lot, because they will not be able to place any orbs for the next couple of minutes, and this is when they should be active.
Yeah, because it's gonna be daytime too. That's a bad timing window for DC. And look at this, Team Fredom trying to scrape together one possible last pickoff with the remaining moments of this nighttime. But it looks like Mason has the sense and has pulled totally out of this top lane, and then will join the side of Bulba and probably farming through the jungle, avoiding a bit of trouble. Or maybe making a bomb play. There we go. Smoke, get in the backpack of a bed, and let's see what we can set up.
Oh, this center ward on mid doesn't reach the other ward, so it's good for DC.
Uh-oh. Right in. There's the fail. There goes the bomb. War tries to man up with the ult, but like you were talking about, there's really no chance of survival when you're going to get that fail.
Tower is under attack. There is little it can do.
You might consider going to for a Manta style this game instead, just to remove the silence, remove the open wound from Nightstalker, Light Stealer.
Move in. Stand King tries to slow them down by dropping the Static Storm, but they get the vacuum pullback coming out from Snake King. Oh man, Fredom. Punch DC right in the face.
Whoa, I'm getting chills from all these combos Team Fredom is pulling off.
Dang, Snake King just faintly misses the mark on the first one, because a huge connection there, and
Nice has
Mason
no mana.
running out and trying to make it away from that battle, has been spotted and being chased down from Flea with the Ion Shell. And as you mentioned, mana not there for Mason, so he has really nowhere to run. Maybe turn it,
the balls.
go to the golem or something. Can't find anywhere.
What a play there. Was that 5-man vacuum or 4-man?
I think it was 4, man. That was crazy, though. They TP'd down there fast. It might have been just a bit too much to make that commitment onto Snake King.
They made a mistake at the start,
Dyer's bottom
so they
tower
don't
is
make
under
any.
attack.
I love it. Love their tactics.
So has Fredom made a mistake yet, or they have yet to make one?
No,
therefore could
they
make one
made it.
later?
They used the vacuum.
Oh, I
and
see
to
what you
pull
mean.
them out of the,
okay.
the combo.
That was the warm-up
First
back.
time. Yeah, that was
warm-up.
trying it out, how things work. There's a full Bloodstone ready on the Storm Spirit. So once they take a fight, probably when the next wall is up and the next Static Storm is they're ready. They can actually smoke and try to make a play, just they need to push the lanes. And they have a good Roche lineup with Troll and Plasma Filtering.
Should they wait till nighttime at least? Or go sooner than that?
Darkness is not ready yet, so maybe they should.
Okay, CNC. Hitting it hard, they're going to go for Forev, but can't get it done quite fast enough, and Maya have already spotted out the rotations coming his way. Boulder's already charging in, and CNC doesn't seem to know what's going on, but now as Forev shows himself, he makes a harder dive back. You can see the Fredom TPs begin to come in. No overcommitments this time.
This is why I don't like the Timber stopping. You have a hero who did nothing in the lane except feeding, pretty much. You can see by the score, if someone has
Dyer's
0x0, that hero is doing nothing.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, you're kind of just hoping that he gets that magic item now or something, or gets to that certain level that just turns on Timbersaw and makes him a hero in the game, but you know, that potential's not quite there, and he's going more versatility pickup as he tries to finish out, you know, the pipe. Which, you know, it will help. Some of the magical burst fire coming out from CCNC, and of course the static storm, stanking and stuff, but yeah, that's not the vicious core Timbersaw that we come to know.
I'm also surprised the Night Stalker didn't finish the urn from his raindrop. It's so good against the Dazzle and the Grave. You just, once he uses a Grave, you just use it and he pretty much dies if he doesn't have like fix or heal coming up.
What has he been opting for instead here? He's just go straight Midas. And already got the drums? Yeah,
Yeah, he got drums. Wants to go for Midas. Good item here would be a Solar Crest to survive the Nikes and the Puck combo. That's one of the options, but he tanked up with drums.
And maybe they just got so many good kills early and he had like all this money and it's like, oh, I can get a drums right now and have drums early. And Be ready
Look
for
at
fights.
Snaking. Snaking sitting on a pipe and mech, 1k gold away from Guardian Greaves. Jesus Christ.
He's stacked out of his mind. Pretty much had all that top lane to work with, and then made two big team fight participations. Oh, they spotted him. That'll be an easy kill. That'll be an easy bloodstone charge for CCNC. Dubu nearby is like, I will not have any part of this. Quickly TP's out, and Mason, who is nearby in the jungle, might have to make an exit here because Fredom are sweeping through. Stan King's already dropping down wards. They've taken high ground positioning here as they make a long approach all the way over to the mid lane where Snake King is currently standing. They make a hard shot for Mason. Mason, though, is hit with the Grave. Tries to go for a TP, but the glimpse is going to be there. Now Mason, furious about it, tries to take it out of Stan King. He is able to take down Stan King, man. Mason hits hard. Hides in the catapult, but the catapult gets taken down from the tower, and he's still alive and well. Ferev's able to jump back by his side, and Fredom are stuck on the back end side, trying to fight under their own wall. Mason, alive.
They should time their spells correctly. Night Stalker could fly over, and because he has a good vision, and he needs to silence the Dazzle. They already committed the Disruptor ulti on Nike, so there's no need. A little bit of misplay there, which costed them just to waste a lot of time and spell. But also good armor toggle by Lifestealer.
Man, he got so angry at Stan King that he even tried to make that fight happen. He just turned around and beat him down in 3 punches.
He went for Echo Saber build. That's not usually what you see on Nikes, especially when you don't have a hero like Magnus or say Invoker. So you put Alacrity on him, so you have that double hit with a cleave.
Yeah.
Maybe just more burst damage. Deso into AC, I guess. A Basher if they want to lock down for a storm.
They found Flea. Flea was moving in, trying to get a hold of that Invis rune. Snake King shows up. They're all spread in. He wants to chop at him a bit with his Ion Shell, but they're moving in hard. He helps out with the pipe. Now the move's there from CCNC, coming in from behind, and with the vacuum, they quickly take out Bulba. Static Storm going to be dropped, but it doesn't find anyone to lock inside. Ferev now wants to get into the fight, moving in, trying to slash apart Snake King here. They need a bit more, and they will get it. Abed from the back end side moves in and pops out all of the damage to be able to clean things up.
Lifestealer, so tanky, 2k HP. He would have went for damage on the talent tree. It feels like he's tanky enough.
Boy, oh boy.
This troll needs to get back into the game somehow. He's sitting on 9k net worth, but still I don't feel like he's doing that much.
Tried a couple of times, but outside of farming, I don't think he was there to participate in the kills. He's there to participate globally with his ult, but yeah, it really hasn't been on the positive end of a lot of the action for Fredom for what has been going positively for them. CCNC, looks like they're pinging right on Red's position here. He's trying to rush his way that direction, but CCNC has found a juicier target in Dubu. Moves right in, pulls him back, and Lee will tag him up with a silence just to be safe.
With the Yule Scepter finished on Puck, he can remove the silence from Night Stalker, he can survive longer in the Static Storm. Puck is so hard to kill right now. Okay, no, good that Night Stalker switched to that build I was talking about.
Yeah.
Just go get that Solar Crest against the bomb.
Yeah, that's a good call. And no surprise, Stan King, that hard position, 5 position 6 almost.
Jesus Christ, this Nyx is also so
the Lords and stuff.
Dyer's top
Yeah,
tower
he's
is
almost got like Deso done, really.
Yeah, it is
Deso. Woo. Mason is huge. I don't know how much kiting power Fredom have. Of course, CCNC has a lot, but for the others, they have to kind of be in the midst of the action and in the scary path of this Mason Lifestealer. And all of that could be set up, of course, by Abed. Plus, you have Ferev, though Ferev personally has been able to make a huge mark in the game. He can still cause chaos in fights, and Team Cream could have to deal with them and allow Mason to really just do his own thing.
Team Fredom doesn't want to take a fight before the Orchid is finished, especially for that Night, and they have a lot of silences. One for they need to control the Dazzle in a fight. One of the silences either from Night Stalker or an Orchid, or just pull him. so he can't get the Grave off, and he's such an easy target.
Here we go. Bed bomb.
Everyone has their items up, both teams, they want to fight now. Guardian Greaves, Orchid. On the Team Fredom side, there's Deso, and we have, what else? It's finished.
For Fredom side?
Dire's middle
Yeah,
tower
you have
is under
the
attack.
Diffuse one.
No gale
Yeah.
can snuff the flames.
Here's Fredom. They've smoked. They're heading right across their ancient camp. DC are up and over on the opposite side,
Is under attack.
thinking about their move inside the Roche pit, that they're not there. Fredom are going
They're
all the
wrapping
way up
around.
and wrap.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
DC now showed themselves in the lane.
Did both
It's a
teams
Radiant
just use a scan?
Radiant scan. Oh, they've spotted out.
Now they can
Dazzle.
take a fight.
Yeah, they want to run in. Now there's no shallow grave. There's no Dazzle to worry about. They want to see what they can get a hold of here. And they spotted out Fredom and Mason and Bulba all cut into the Static Storm, but they're able to man fight it forward and take out CC&C super fast. Mason trying to survive. He hides within the Infest, pops it back out, and is now able to shred apart Fredom. Snake King, wounded and weak, trying to run back it away. CC&C could be back in about 4 seconds time, but this fight seems to be already over and in the favor of Digital.
If only Storm didn't die there, he's the only one that should not be focused in fight because he doesn't have defensive items still. And the only thing they have to lock
Radiant's
down
top
was
tower is
that
under attack. His shell
Puck
encroach
silence,
no more.
and the knives just right-clicked them. Few clicks. That's pretty much it.
He died so fast. Now with that, DC are going to be rewarded with their own +1 objective moving into the Roche pit. And, with the help of that medallion, how hard Mason hits shouldn't take that long at all. And Fredom, though they may be kind of in the neighborhood, they are not going to go for any sort of player defense.
That was a fight 4 versus 5. They still managed to lose it. Storm needs a defensive item. He doesn't want to commit to Yule Scepter. Might not be bad against Nyx and Spirit Breaker, plus to remove the silence from Puck. But what he's thinking, maybe even a BKB, not a bad idea. Plate Mail will give him some physical damage resistance against the bomb from Nyx and Puck. But still, they don't have a save hero on the Team Fredom side.
Yeah, once someone gets kind of focused, there's not much to be able to bail them out. And Fredom, though, crawling their way through the bottom lane. They find an opportunity to make a quick jump play and take out the Dazzle. Recharge going to be earned for CC&C, but Bulba sets up an opportunity for a counterplay, charging into action. Now CC is going to be left with very little to no mana to work with. Pop the pipes, Snake and Company all try to go for a run, but Abed's on the chase. They're going to be forcing out a Static Storm to try to zone them and keep them off. And it looks like it might be just enough to allow Fredom to escape, but these ults committed defensively to make it out is certainly not the best feeling for Fredom. That was all just for a Dazzle pickoff on the bottom.
Yeah, once again, I don't know if Dubu is doing that purposely, or they can still take a fight if they commit, waste a lot of mana, especially on Storm, and he's a low level, so he gets back into the game pretty much in 20 seconds, 25 seconds, and they still have a tier 1 tower on bottom, so maybe that's what they wanted to do. So he can just TP on the bottom, and they reset the fight with him.
Radiant's
Or
bottom tower
you
is
can say he just fed a
fast.
A lot of people were saying like Pi and how he beats and stuff like that is very similar to that.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the like a good side of it.
Yeah, then there is like some of these supports, if they're just so underfarmed and so malnourished, they'll come back into the game so fast that it might end up working the better by baiting out an early feed like that one. Here comes Digital Chaos sieging into the high ground, the first high ground push of this grand final. Trying to take it into the Fredom, but Fredom already tagged up their first shrine. Hit onto Mason. Mason back inside, and now he wants to man fight a bit. There's going to be the coil committed plus the troll ulti. They're trying to hide within the coil, but then frantically move about, and finally they put their focus all onto Yawar, and they're going to be able to bring him down. He does have a buyback, but otherwise he's going to be out for 50 seconds. CC&C dances in and out a bit, but already low on the mana. Mason's going to be happy to move right back in. go to work onto this tier 3. He still even holds his Aegis. Now they put their focus onto CCNC. They hit him with the silence, and he's going to be forced to deny. But he has no buyback, so he's out for 30. Jawar's back in action right now, but it's just looking disastrous for Fredom. This is looking all DC all day, moving in, forcing Flea back inside their fountain. It looks like they found an opportunity to make a move onto Bulba and take him out of the fight, but Mason is still working with the objective at hand. 2 more attacks should be able to take out the racks. The first one, Fredom will pay the price for it. He gets out to deny at the end too. Very nice.
This is the best way to, let's call it slow siege, especially when your Nikes is that farm and you have Aegis, especially like with Echo Saber. So you just go right click a few times, use Rage once it's lasts, I don't know, 6 seconds. When it's on 3 seconds left, you just go back, repeat it. So Team Fredom needs to take a fight, or you're just gonna lose the racks.
Now Fredom back, able to get themselves back out from the base once again. CCNC now down to 8 charges and a cooldown Bloodstone, but it is nighttime. They can go for one last little bit of action as he jumps up in the mid lane. Abed is able to get off the shift. Can they finish him off? No, the Grave comes off. They can't get to the Dazzle and silence him, all focused onto that puck. And now comes out another counterfight opportunity going for DC. They send Abed back and away. They get the coil onto Snake King. He goes for the TP and he will be able to make it out, but the focus down the mid lane is going to be on Stan King, and he will not be as fortunate. He goes down. Abed picks up that one, securing a killing spree for himself, and now possibly the tier 2 tower.
Storm just wants to
Radiant's middle
get the
tower
creeps.
is under
They
attack.
don't have anything for the push, straight away. Already a charge committed.
Over here.
TP jump.
Radiant's middle tower has
King is
fallen.
gone.
Still Aegis on the lifestealer.
Yep, jump in. There's that lifestealer. Hard shots onto Yawar. He gets silenced, but he's able to go back and tag the shrine. Now he wants to go back in and fight it out, but they are not quite getting their targets. They're waiting. They drop the vacuum and the wall, but DC make it back outside. Oh, that is a hard spell to commit now for your defense. DC just straight up walk back and away, satisfied with their winnings. And because they took down that tier 3, this means that they can now get more money secured by finishing the shrines.
There is not a single kiting item on the side of Team Fredom yet. You need to have one against Nikes. I see Darkseer has one queued up. 4 staff, but he doesn't want to buy it. He wants to save the buyback if they focus him.
A prize.
But they needed it. This fight and the previous one just remove the focus from the Storm, force him out of the fight.
Oh, mid lane, they have that coil set up onto Snake King. He does get the help with the glimpse send back. Mobile wants to charge in. It looks like Snake King's gonna be fine. Shrugs off the gank. Thanks to his team. Yeah, makes it back mid. I mean, you do make a good point. A lot of these mobility items would be very useful to try to kite away Mason, but we got to give credit to Abed. He's been laying down some sick coils and allowing Mason to be right inside the fight. Difficult for Fredom to even step away, but it is going to be something to deal with here. Mason now has a double damage rune as he ascends into the mid lane. Oh my god, look at the damage on this tower.
AC Testo.
Jump into CCNC. This is a straight up jump. He's not looking to TV back to the fountain and puts all of his focus onto Mason. Mason is going to get hit with the Grave. They have the Static Storm, the pullback vacuum, the kinetic field, all to hold him inside. But can they even get down that Aegis? No! They turn back onto CCNC and they will be able to finish him off. He's forced to buy back as this is the final hurrah for Fredom for game number 1. DC could back out now, make the safe play, and really have a leverage in this game, but it seems like that might be the play. Fredom are in desperation mode at this point. After repositioning, it looks like they're not going to be able to get anything from this. And they straight up throw in the towel. Game number 1 of this grand final is going to belong to Digital Chaos.
Wow. They had so much lead, they threw it all away. They try to focus